You miss a Roquet on this lawn, and the ball bounces back off there and hits, and you think, well, can't I take that? That's a oh no, the red was down in corner one, so so Felix looks in good shape here.
Oh, where are you seeing a red in corner one?
Yep. And Felix will be taking off to that red, and that will enable him to craft a very nice 4-ball break. Up on lawn 5, Harry is in play. Might be that he is just setting up for a leave. So it might be worth us going up to 5 if we can, because that will be an exciting moment with Ed playing his lift shot. Whether or not Blake makes it up to lawn 5 in time for sees said lift shot, I'm not sure, but he's been dispatched and hopefully is making his way up there. And what Harry has done is he's left Ed a 13-yarder. So he's said it's an OSL, and Blake is indeed on his way up. Not an easy job for the cameraman in this weather.
No, but while
and he's carrying a lot of equipment.
Yeah, so while Felix's break's under control, good to see.
So yeah,
they're always hold.
Yep. So Ed has taken the ball down to A balk, and he'll have a 13-yarder at the red and yellow. Here we go. We've got the coverage of it. Ed's shaping up. So this is a very, very important lift shot. And Ed, a model of concentration here. And shoots and hits.
Yep.
Beautiful. Takes the yellow, which was the ball in corner 4, but he's sort of pumped it out so that it's now slightly north of the red ball when it gets marked in. So that was a big shot. Very important for Ed to make that one. And you can see there the view we've got down lawns 5, 6 and 7. You can see Felix in the distance. You can see Reg in the middle distance. And probably now's a good time to check in on lawn 6 if that's possible,
it looks
because
like
we could
laid triple.
It does. Looks like
here.
it looks like Reg is got a clip on penultimate there. So we're going to make Blake move again. He'll be wanting a drink off us, I'm sure, later on for Emily Carter. He looks like one of those tour guides, doesn't he, with the thing on his helmet, that they use to make sure they keep their tour group together.
Yeah, Reg has got a tricky-ish peel there because the hoop 4 Pioneer doesn't look dead set, so he's trying to get a rush with the peel.
So at the moment we're still on Ed using the fixed camera that's down at lawn 7, but Blake is now in position to give us some coverage of Reg's.
Some good camera work here for
It's
Reg.
difficult for these guys. They've got a fair bit of walking to do.
So it looks, a slightly narrow line for yellow to get through to control this rush on the blue. So it's always tricky, you know it's not going to move much, but it's going to probably do a little bit.
And
it didn't move anything. He looked like he allowed for a little bit, and it went straight to the right leg. sure if no, that's
So I'm not sure if Blake can give us a view of that red ball there, sort of from a more walking towards lawn 5, just so we can see how far that red ball is from the wire. But anyway, oh, look at that! That's I feel power. You know, can we have a look at where the red is placed and look at that? That's amazing.
So yeah, Ray just cut that blue into a nice position to load hoop 5 and control the rush into hoop 4. Then we have a few options what he does after that.
Up on lawn 5, Ed appears to have made hoop 1 and has a lovely pioneer at 2, and which he is even going to be able to get a rush to from corner 4. So Ed is looking nicely placed break-wise on lawn 5. Reg, meanwhile, himself about to make hoop 4. Yep, it's a nice camera angle to see this approach. Yep. And you'd have betted a fair amount of money on him making that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the couple of shots are right on the money here for Red. So as I say,
Yep.
he's got.
So how do you rescue that red that's in a tricky spot there, Pete?
I think it depended on how well Reg got the ball at hoop 5. So if he's going up to set this now and take it off the leg of the hoop for a delayed peel, which he's not doing, then you want to have a nice position to take off back to the blue,
Right.
to hoop 5. But he's happy where the red is, so he's just keeping the brake tight and going to put the reception ball for hoop 6 towards the red ball now, and while he's going
on to the blue.
Going to the blue.
And again, the camera angle doesn't really show that what we would know is the relationship between those two hoops. But that's great.
So ideally, he gets a rush out of hoop 5, and he can control. You know, where he gets. So
So we've been asked about the cat, the Cairnley cat, which has it ever wandered across the lawn while you're playing? Because it did with me the other day.
No, I've let I call him the resident cat.
The resident cat.
In and out the front door quite often.
Yes, it's very clever at waiting for people to open the door, isn't it?
But I've never let him out the sliding doors out to the lawns.
Okay, no. Well, the other day he was just ambling across the lawn, while some pretty hard shots were taking their goes.
Yeah,
but yes, if there is a chance to get the cameras onto the cat, then yes, we will contrive that. But I can't see the cat at the moment.
A lot of sporting contests around the world have a random
animal. They do.
Or
Dog running them on, or
undressed human running.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we don't see that.
They can have a resident cat.
And of course, these days, when there is someone running in such a position across, the cameras always focus on something else, don't they? In the 70s they used to show it, but now they don't, because they don't want to encourage it. And that's certainly something we're not encouraging here. So the cat, however, does not have to wear clothes. No. So Reg now going off to that red. What do you think of that, Pete? It's a little bit far away. It's and it just knocks it out. So we won't be seeing.
While we were doing the cat talk, I missed read what happened at Hoop 5, if he got a controlled rush out of it or not, because it looked
Yeah,
like
well, it was a no, he split up to
so
to one back.
yeah.
Yeah, he
So
split up to one back.
looking to be a little bit closer to control what happened at there.
Is he going to push on with this triple?
Well, yes, judging from what he did in game one, he you know, he pushed for the triples, for the peels at slight risk moments, not risks for Reg, but slightly risky for some.
Might be able to see in the background there Ed making hoop 4 with 2 balls waiting for him at hoop 5. So in control there. And you can see on that lawn that there are still 2 clips on hoop 1 with Harry on 4 back. So barring the commentator's curse, we might have a 4 back, 1-1 thing happening. Well, I should say 4 back and 1 versus 4 back and 1, but anyway, on with Reg coming up to 6. Which he makes beautifully. So does he now try and peel Red going to 1 back?
If his 1 back load is well placed, 2 and 2 type of thing, 2 yards north, 2 yards east, or wherever the player plays that in that vicinity, then it's a good option for Reg.
You can see there that in the distance, Ed has done an early load of 2 back.
As the camera comes across, but we'll see where Reg is.
Yes, we're not in control of the zoom and the wide angle here, but so we can't quite see where the blue ball is.
But
as
we're
the
not. We're having.
Pioneer,
There's no load at 2 back, obviously. Then if the reception's at 1 back, so
yeah,
it's the first time the break. Maybe at slight risk.
the position of the black, is that now implying that the...
I've lost track of where the other ball is.
Yeah, me too. I'm not sure where the blue is.
Don't know what's on offer here for Reg.
But that looks like he's shaping for a rush over towards 1 back, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, well, it's a gentle position to
Oh,
put
no,
into
okay,
peeling
all right,
position.
well, there you
so
go. No, that's good. So the blue must be over by 1 back in a reasonable position.
And black's our rushable ball for 2 back. And again, that's all the sextuple skills Reg has. That for a lot of players, you're putting a standard break at a high risk, whereas for Reg, it's something that he can deal with quite easily because he's been in the position quite a few times.
Just see in the distance there, Ed just playing more relaxed than. Yeah, there's the nice jawsing, and that is looking okay. So that black ball now becomes the pioneer for 2 back.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So that threatened rain hasn't really disturbed us very much. The radar was good, but the wind is definitely stiffening. The flag's now all fluttering like on Brighton Beach in the middle of the summer. And Reg pops through one back. It would be quite fun to see what's happening from the fixed camera on lawn 7 at some stage. We'll just give the camera crew a little bit of early warning for that, because for the moment we're keen to see how Reg progresses with this, but certainly intriguing to know how that tussle between Matthew and Felix is progressing. But Reg here is obviously aiming to load 3-back and get a nice rush peel on the red, and then a nice rush on black to 2-back.
Yep.
So and we just popped over to see Felix approaching his hoop too.
The clip was on there earlier.
Yep. I think it would, if we could just pop back to lawn 6 to see that manoeuvre. I'm sure the viewers would be interested in that. So, but then, yeah, thank you. And the manoeuvre was that
he's loaded 3-back.
He's loaded 3-back, and he has the rush peel. Lizzie is on to check. It seems unlikely Reg would miss that shot, but
he wants to get it just for a. And that's very nice. So he's nice stop shot distance to load Penalt and control the rush to 2-back.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's only come through about a foot or so, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, and we haven't seen how well the 3-back Pioneer is if he's going to be peeling Penalt going to 3-back. So not a necessity, but again, standard play from Reg if it's on the cards. No, that's
this one. Yep.
Yeah, so he's prioritising this rush onto 2-back, which he needs to
Yes,
do, and
this is
and Red holds off a little bit,
and that look.
And for the peg's always in play. Sometimes
Twirling of the twirling of the mallet there, it doesn't.
It didn't look expressive.
No.
He didn't. The pace looked,
let's see whether the mallet twirl was. There was no need for any twirling at all.
Twirl.
If that's maybe the twirl is a sign of great satisfaction.
Maybe
because,
someone said we caught your fist pump, so you're just doing a twirl instead. As he runs this hoop and then has a rush back up north, we should be able to see this hoop 3-back Pioneer, and we'll know what's on the cards.
Yep. Okay, so maybe we'll get a little bit of a wide angle on this. There's the the blue is it snuck into view briefly, didn't it? Tantalisingly, we saw a glimpse of the blue. There it is again. There's the blue, but we're not quite sure where that's placed relative to everything else. It would be great if I had a little zoom lever here. So we should get it this time. So that's the black.
Nicely done.
racing up the lawn again. And there's the blue. Okay.
Yep.
What do you make of that position for the three-back Pioneer, Pete?
No, it was absolutely fine to try. But as I said, Reg is a little bit more special than everyone else when it comes to these peelings. It's generally quite tricky to peel. Even peeling Pinault going to free back is not much opportunity to peel Rover before Rover. So it is one that you will weigh up as if it's right on the money to do the peel, but otherwise,
For me, I'm putting the black sort of in the just sort of southeast of penultimate, and going to the red and keeping it up there and take essentially sort of so that they'll both I'll be able to use the black as my.
You're peeling Pinault rushing to
four
back.
Yeah, that's right.
And
but you think that he might have an earlier option?
So as I say, very seldom will you get stalled by peeling Pinault going to free back. Will you get Rover peel it done any earlier? But you get the Pinault peel out of the way.
Yes,
you're not still having to contend with.
So it means you've got more chances of So, but he's actually
he's just setting.
Yeah. Did you rush all the red all the way down and reload and then clunk it back up again?
I don't like the takeoff, especially on this court. There is a bit of curl when you're rushing to a position where you can put it into place, from the shortest distance, to remove that takeoff with a bit of curl. But,
look at the undulations in the pavement from that angle. It's quite funny, isn't it? I see in the distance there that the black clip has been removed from hoop 2 in Felix and Matt's game, so he must have made that. And up on lawn 5, Edward is still marching around. So
it's a nice shot from Reg, and put Peely back up nicely.
So Ed actually is attempting hoop 1 here, look, which he makes.
So we missed the part of that game between Edward and Harry when Edward's made his break to 4 back as well and set leave, and Harry's missed the lift. Or we're not sure.
Not sure, but we know that Ed is in now. Look, you can see him on the right-hand side of his screen, shaping up for a load of 3 with the Peely. So in fact, Ed is certainly looking as if he could finish this turn with a triple.
Yep.
So after we've seen what becomes of Reg's triple attempt, that might be a good place for us to go, although we might call in on Matt and Felix to...
Reg is in full control here. Everything's where they should be.
Yep. Ooh, he won't be getting a rush out of there so easily now.
Unless he plays a delicate takeoff that gives him the hoop and rush. Hoop and rush Roquet, I mean, not.
Oh, I see. I see. Yes. So you put if you think that you're not going to be able to craft a rush, then what you do is you actually put the receiver ball directly in line and clonk it through, and then it will go northwards.
I like what he's doing, but the red ball's such a good position that if he doesn't get the rush out of free back, the croquet strokes gives him a lot of scope to be able to land there to rush into peeling position.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Well, I've learnt something. That was I've learnt something. That'll come in handy.
Yeah. I don't think that was a difficult example. I think that was probably just a natural takeoff that gave them that result.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
you do have the choice. I have to do a slightly thicker takeoff than a fine one to
To contrive that result. Yeah,
it just makes it slightly more difficult.
So, on lawn 5, Ed is loading hoop 4, and he has his
Peely at
Peely
hoop 3
at
already.
hoop 3 already,
Yep.
and you know, he's live on it and he's
Yep.
rushing up to it. So, you know, that's bread and butter for Ed. So, Reg's now about to do his penultimate peel. Ooh.
Yeah, the camera angle is quite difficult here, Gareth, to see how much room he's got.
You mean on the when you say room
To get the rush onto 4-back, it looks quite narrow here, but it's
Yep.
the other angle, it didn't look nearly as bad as that.
Yep. On lawn 5, Ed is just lining up for peeling 4-back.
Yep.
With everything absolutely in place. Lovely. And, oh, no, I can't. No, he completely and utterly clanged it against the wire. So,
So
I'd be disappointed with that. Ed on lawn 5, but back to lawn 6 with Reg.
Oh, the black. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I killed her here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The black ball was nicely placed for him to
Yes,
come
yes.
to. The camera didn't quite show that. In perfect position.
But if you look in the background,
Edward didn't.
Edward,
what pace did he play the peel at?
quite hard. It's come off. It's come off the leg of 4-back.
Yeah.
You know, a good couple of feet.
Yep.
Yep.
They've been playing for 7-8 days, and you get a feel of the pull required on most of the shots, and so Edward's running with what he thinks is probably right. But you watch Robert Fletcher, and he's playing all of those at a dead weight. That is
it just ends up in the jaws.
The worst result is just bouncing off the smallest margin if it's not going through or not jawsing, and everything makes it a little bit more recoverable.
So, on the top of your screen, you'll see that red ball by hoop 5, and Ed is just taking off to that now, having reset his peely and escape ball in the standard positions for a delayed attempt. What's the best way of getting the peely down to Rover here?
Well, he's got a penult peel quite clean, hasn't he?
It's right in the middle. So you
would have been wanting that to stay near blue or
Yeah.
most of the way down. So he's
just going.
he's got to take it back up and
Yeah.
place it down there again, but all easily enough done.
Yeah, so
And
he'll just rush that to a
and
position
your
where
meaning was his option to rush red down to Rover and take off back to blue. I think what he's doing is always a lot more accurate.
Yes, because you're doing the croquet shot.
stroke.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yep.
On line where you want it and wait.
Up on lawn 5, Ed has played a split shot to load one back and go to his peelee at 4 back, but he's faced himself with a shot back down south, which has moved the peelee quite a long way away. So he's now going to be attempting a peel from 4, maybe 5 yards away. Meanwhile, Reg just has to make penultimate. Where did the peelee end up for Reg there, Pete? Did we see where the red ball ended up?
No, sorry, I was distracted, Gary.
You were distracted. I'll deduct marks from you for that. Oh. Reg safely through penultimate. We're not quite sure where the red peelee is at this stage, how well placed at Rover is, but
no,
he'll have a...
I was keeping an eye on Edwards.
Yes.
He's safely through hoop 6, and
yes.
I don't think he's... And he hasn't done the 4-back peel.
No, he's had that other attempt that he had went quite wayward as well.
No.
But he's ended up with a rush to it.
He's got to play a good shot to get a rush back into position, and he can peel it going to 1 back. But no, he elects not to, and he's
so he's
sending it to as a 2-back pioneer.
Yeah. Which means he might well knock it back up there for.
Well, we saw him do the
yeah.
the one straight peel of the other turn. With,
yes, we did, didn't we? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then that turned out to be a very successful strategy with that very tight cross wiring.
Yes, but yeah.
Whether it will be successful again, who knows?
But it's the distance of the leave you're setting is going to be the important thing for Edward just to concentrate on. If he's not.
So you wouldn't really be a fan of that cross. You'd prefer to see a reverse diagonal or something like that to get maximum distance.
Yeah, the distance, a reverse diagonal or a standard diagonal for these players is pretty a standard finish, but always easier if you only got the 2 hoops to make and both balls in the middle of the court. So he pulled off the right.
I mean, it must be a bit less hazardous to make as well. I mean, the margin for as we saw. I mean, Harry had a go at the two balls in
Harry
the centre,
does have a ball on 4 back, so he's got to get distance and hopefully get the balls, in the right order of the leave. So both balls in the middle of the court.
Anyway, back to
allows
Reg's.
Harry to play the ball that he wishes to play.
Yes, that's right, because they're equivalent there, aren't they? Yeah. So so back to Reg. He's got his side ball in.
Yep.
And now he's just going to try and get the best possible rush he can get on the red towards Rover. Is the black going deep or is it going sidey?
I I'm thinking it's going medium deep. It's there's a bit of distance on the rush for the peely to rover, so
Deepish?
it's medium.
Medium
yeah,
deep. Medium deep.
yeah.
Gosh.
I've seen Red's. How tight is he going to rush?
Well, he's quite conservative, really, wasn't it? I mean, he wasn't being greedy there by any means.
Very, very good at peeling and back ball holding off and half jumping or jumping and such like. So he's got a few options, but it looks close enough for him to be able to play it for a bit of confidence for both balls. Oh, there's a bit of distance there.
So, on lawn 5, Ed has resisted the temptation to put his peely at 4 back. Now, you were I remember you telling me that there was a very famous player that made sure he never put the peely at 4 back coming round after 2 back.
Well, yeah, that's when you deliberately put it at 3 back. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
not going to be any chance of peeling it at 4 back.
Who was that?
I think it's McCulloch.
McCulloch, yeah. So it's
he's still got it as a mid-court ball.
Oh, still tempting then, perhaps.
Well, no, I don't think it is, but it's not the truest sense of a McCulloch, which goes to 3 back.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know the exact details of it.
It's a
an
half
English
McCulloch then.
thing, so I will get corrected if.
Yeah, I'm sure many of our listeners will pick us up. So this is looking like
All very good. Yep.
the end of this. Might be quite fun to send Blake up to lawn 5 to catch the end of Ed's break. He's definitely resisted any temptation to take his peely up to 4 back. So we will definitely see Harry having a shot. And Blake makes his way up with all his paraphernalia. Huge wireless transmitter from his backpack. Huge gimbal in his right hand. Massive backpack. Mat. It's an industrial logistics operation getting Blake up to lawn 5. And there he is. I think we're going to assume that Reg is going to peg out there. So we'll concentrate on
Edward's leave.
So you can see Edward very restrained in not taking his blue ball up to 4 back. Has a lovely pioneer at penultimate. Has now loaded rover and is basically in control of the balls to leave whatever leave he wants. Now we'll see whether he thinks he wants to go for this really tight cross wire again, or whether he's going to go for a spread.
I think if he goes for a spread, he's just pulling the yellow ball, which is the ball Harry wants to play with, out to the west boundary of the diagonal spread. But
is it true that Ed played cricket at a very high level?
Oh, no, I don't know. No,
yeah, I'll have to quiz him on that.
What other sports he's been into?
Quiz him on that later. But so We're all waiting to see what this leave will be, as I'm sure is Harry in the number 5 shed. What's going to be the tell here, Pete? What will be the giveaway that a certain type of leave is being favoured?
No. I don't think there's going to be anything special.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that red ball has gone in on the western side.
Yep.
So reverse diagonal,
Could well
or another cross peg.
Yes, could be.
Yeah. I'm trying to make you commit here. I
It's like
well,
he's enjoying these tight cross wirings.
Yeah. Oh, that's on the wire, I think.
He's playing very tight.
Oh,
We haven't seen any hoop bound leaves or
no
such like
no,
leaves, and
no.
getting close to the pegs and that, being able to stop a ball being rushed to hoop 1 or slow up the rush up to hoop 1 is quite valuable, but I'm not sure what he has in mind here. Garen.
My daughter has requested a selfie of me in the commentary box, so I think that I need to send her this picture. Oh look, this is deja vu, isn't it? There you go. Ed now rushing away now. See if he gives himself that 7-yard split that he did last time. Difficult to tell from this camera angle. Oh, Blake is going to give us a side on here. That's nice. So he didn't go back and have a look at it, so he must be very confident that they're wired.
As Ken said earlier in the commentary, there is a bit of a double target you can make with the peg and the ball.
So this time it's actually leaving
a rush.
A rush, yeah. Yeah, looking for a blade of grass to put it on. And on to said blade of grass it goes.
Yep.
So, Harry comes out, faced with the same situation that he was last time. He'll again check to see if there's a little bit nudging. He didn't even really look at that one this time, Pete. He just thought, no, nothing. That's.
And Rich had commented that last time seen Harry did take that little shot of the peg. The ball near the peg, it was obviously open and could be hit, so that's why he separated the 7 yards.
Yes, I see. Yeah, whereas this time he was very confident that it was
set really well, and so he leaves himself the rush.
Okay, so a big shot for Harry coming up now. A bit of casting and shoots, and that's way wide.
That's a wide.
Be very disappointed with that. That's didn't trouble the blue at all, and that's well, that happens. And
Yeah, not very often for Harry. I
No,
haven't seen him.
no, but
Something happened on the swing or the hands. He looked at it. What went wrong there?
well, it's difficult coming out. You know, you've just seen Ed in good touch, in showing some prowess on the lawn. You have to come out. You know that if you miss this shot, it's going to be difficult for you. It's
Yeah, but you're always at this stage of the tournament. You're expecting your opponents to
Yes.
be making breaks and good leaves, and
Yeah.
you've already got yourself around to 4 back. It's it's just hit a shot that I hit quite often and have all the balls to do the finish myself. So I don't think there's any other thoughts than the opportunity in front of them.
Well, I guess we'll stay with this and see. Oh, careful, Ed. See how this how Ed. Oh, look at the funny colour on the lawn now. It looks like a completely different place, doesn't it, from that angle? It looks like sort of a lush.
Looks more tropical.
Yeah, look, with the background, we could be somewhere somewhere nice. We could be. No, that was
Careful, Gareth. You can't do the Sydney versus Melbourne.
No, I'm not going to do that. No,
on the
not going to do
commentary.
that at all. No.